is N2, and you have 2.5 minutes.
Alright, so, yes, North Vietnam was a terrible place, and they were killing their own citizens, but two wrongs certainly do not make a right, and by us jumping in and killing South Vietnam citizens, and Laos and Cambodia's citizens, and even North Korean citizens that were not very involved in the war, does not make a right. You said that they were killing anyone that was suspected of being involved with the French or the United States or anything like that. We were shooting anyone we saw that was a woman or a child, which is completely against the rules of war, solely because we thought they could be a guerrilla soldier that was fighting against us. Once again, our thesis statement is that the Vietnamese War was not justified by the U.S. because of the way our troops were acting under orders and because of the actions that we were taking during this time period.
You have a minute if you want it for anything else. Speech number 8. Affirmative summary. Crystallize your main arguments. This is A2, and you have 2.5 minutes.
Alright, so me and Jasmine, our side of the argument, affirmative, agree that the Vietnam War was the U.S. government's participation in the Vietnam War was justified because the alternative of not participating in the war and stopping the spread of communism, which has been clearly given examples of, 16 countries that have quickly spread and turned to communism, and were all using very violent methods, killing thousands and millions of citizens. That alternative would have been much greater than the losses we took by participating in the war and suffering on both the North Vietnamese, the South Vietnamese, U.S. soldiers, and innocent casualties. That was worth it. Because millions, so many more were killed just under the Chinese government and the Russian government. And North Korea's government. Right. We already participated in another country, the Korean War, and succeeded at stopping the spread of communism from North Korea. Which, yeah, we already mentioned that earlier. And
You have 45 seconds.
I guess, yeah, and other governments that weren't communist, weren't as terrible, didn't have nearly as high body counts as the countries that were communist, even just for like 50 years or so, killing millions upon millions of people. It was just absurd.
Okay, round of applause.